It's more Age of Sigmar madness today in the Beats Lab. Once again, we're here with Felix, and we're about to introduce a couple of special guests for today's game. I am turning it all over to Felix. You're in charge now.
Oh, God.
You're the man now, dog.
I'm excited. I'm okay with this. Juice is doing Hurricane, being a superhero out there, and Rob is being a superhero. He's got to hold down the Long War Fort. So, hey, I'm ready. We got two awesome players with two amazing armies. And I'm pumped to continue the path to glory. Ladies and gentlemen, we have two new armies. We got some skinks, we got some dinosaurs, we got some T-Rexes, we got all kinds of Seraphon. We got demons, we got horns, we got swords, we got all sorts of Khorne armies. They're coming to battle, coming to grips. I really want to know, what are you most afraid of, Wind?
Oh my goodness, I am scared of that Star Priest. He will buff everybody there and debuff me. He's got to go. I got to get rid of him.
Connor, what are you thinking?
For me, it's a mix of either the Bloodthirsters or the Skull Cannon. The Skull Cannon can put a lot of wounds on my guys, and the Bloodthirsters, well, they're Bloodthirsters, it goes without saying.
Gotta respect those for sure. So we are playing the Penumbra Fortress on the map campaign. If you're following along, hopefully Kenny will put it up right about there. It will probably cut away. I'm just joking. Anyways, we're battling for the Frost Sword. Really awesome weapon. Please check it out. Open up your battle books. It gives you an extra to hit. It's really awesome, and we're really excited. We're going to see who's going to win.
Hi, I'm Wind Ingalls. This is my Demon Khorne army. This is my Demon army here. This is my Bloodletters. These are my Blood Crushers. My Herald on a Juggernaut. This is my Skull Cannon. This is my Bloodthirster of Insensate Rage, and this is my Bloodthirster of Khorne.
Hi, I'm Connor Curtis, and this is my Seraphon army. I have Unitosaurus Warriors, Unitosaurus Guard with a Sunblood, a Skink Star Priest, Unit of Skinks, a Bastillodon, and a Scarvet riding a Carnosaur.
Round one. Wind's got the black die. Connor's got the white die. Here we go. Let's get it on, boys. That's a 1 and a 2. Congratulations, Connor.
So Connor asked me to go first, and looks like it was a good choice on his part. I need to close the distance. He is a range fighter. So I did my movement, trying to get that closer range to Connor's unit there. I'm pretty confident that I need to survive this first round of shooting attacks from him, and then make some contact next turn.
How did your run phase go?
Everybody was motivated to run except for the big guys. I think they're still waking up. They didn't have their coffee this morning.
Are there any units in particular that you're afraid of?
I'm scared of this big baddie and his priest there. They have some debuffers that they can throw at me.
Alright, seeing that how his units moved up, I have to be careful. Don't want him to get the initial charge on me, so I just need to make a good defensive line and whittle him down little by little with my shooting attacks. Alright, so now I'm going to open fire on his Blood Crushers with 19 bolt spitters. Okay, so now I need 5s to hit, and 5s to put wounds on him. Ooh. So I got 2 wounds out of all that.
I have a 4-up armor save, and I take 2 wounds.
It's the opposite of what you needed.
Opposite, man. Good start.
Alright, so now my Bastillodon is going to open fire on his Insensate Rage Bloodthirster. First I roll 2d6, see how many shots I get out of the Sunbolts. It'll be 8. They hit on 4s. And wound on 3s with a -1 rend. So that'll be 2 wounds.
What do you think? Is that enough, Win?
That's enough to start this game. I get a 4-up wound. Rend?
No, -1 rend.
-1 rend, so I have a 5.
So he will take 4 wounds because each shot does 2 damage.
I feel like you need to make a couple saves here, Win.
I do.
You know how this game works, right?
It's okay. The second turn's going to start bringing it up.
Khorne cares not where the blood comes from.
This is true. So after the shooting phase, I was able to put 4 wounds on his one of his bloodthirsters and 2 wounds on one of the skull crushers. Not as successful as I want it to be, but any wounds is better than no wounds at this point in the game.
Here we go. Top of turn 2. Is Win gonna get a double turn?
Come on, come on, come on.
Oh!
Nice. My job is to close the distance again and make some saves. Let's see what I can do preliminary and line this up for the next turn.
So Win was a little worried that he didn't have any command abilities. Turns out he's got something pretty awesome.
My Bloodthirster here can cast another command ability upon this other Bloodthirster for a run and charge this turn, +1 on the movement. I'm going to try to take advantage of an unguarded flank on his large unit there and see if I can get a nice flank attack there. So I'm going to attack with my Bloodthirster's Blood Flail, range of 12, against his Priest. It does 12-inch range, +3 to hit, +3 to wound, -1 rend, and on the wound it does 6 damage.
Why are you picking on that Priest so much?
I don't like him.
Ooh.
It goes off.
Every time on a
On a
long
hit.
war.
And to wound is 3. And wounds.
Alright, so -1 rend, so I need a 6 to save him. Oh, he dies.
Wow, he just outright dies?
Yeah, he has 4 wounds.
That was definitely deep. So now I'm going to go ahead and shoot with my Skull Cannon over there at his Saurus. It's within range of 30. It's a 3 to hit, -2 to wound, or minus 2 rend, 3 to wound, and d6 damage. And it's a hit. Wound. No wound.
Got lucky on that one.
So I have 3 different units I want to attack or charge with. I want to charge with my Blood Crushers all the way on the other side. I want to charge with my Bloodthirster over here, and I want to charge with my other Bloodthirster. The charge distance for the Blood Crushers on the other side, I need anything but 2. So they make their contact. The Bloodthirster over there make his contact.
Oof.
Don't even make it to the source.
And he did not make it.
Connor, how do you
Khorne
feel
is
about that
not
right now?
happy.
I feel like the counter charge is going to happen.
The last Bloodthirster against this unit over here. And he does not make his.
What was it?
3.
Oof.
Dice went cold. Khorne's not happy. We're going to go ahead and attack with the Juggernaut Beasts first. That's 18 attacks. 3 up to hit and 3 up to wound. Then followed by their Hellblades for the Riders, which is 6 attacks, 4 to hit, 3 to wound, and -1 to rend. Woo. Let's see what we got here. So we need 3s, right? With those hits, I'll need a 3 to wound. And there they went cold.
Not too cold. You're still going to get some skinks out of that. Alright, so now my skinks have a 6-up save against these 5 attacks. Not a single one, so they'll take 5 wounds from that.
These are the Riders. Let's see if they can get one for Khorne. Follow, they're a 4 and then a 3.
The riders look like they're hitting better than the mounts.
Yeah,
And that's
that was
4
pretty
more,
good.
so that'll lose 9 skinks.
Feel like they've done some training on that.
I'm going to activate them next, and the skinks have a special ability to flee from combat during their combat phase, so they will move 8 inches away from the Blood Crushers, and essentially break contact to do more harassing fire. And now, since my skinks have lost 9 of their unit, they have to do a battle shock test. If I roll a 1, they pass. Which I did not. Yeah, 2 more. 2 more will flee.
Oh my goodness. Bloodthirsters, what are you thinking of? So, I failed all my charges with the biggest, baddest guys I have, and now I'm going to pay for it. Connor has a really good turn coming for him.
So after a turn of events here, I did not take the charges I anticipated, which is good, but at the same time it's bad because now he has control over all the board objectives and has left me in the dust when it comes to objective points. So what I'm looking at now is just to annihilate most of his forces in order to take control of the board again. Okay, so my Scarvet riding the Carnosaur has an ability he can bestow to any Saurus unit that lets them on any 6 they roll, they get an additional attack. I'm going to bestow that upon the Warriors, seeing as they have the most likely avenue of charging against one of his big hero characters. And hopefully they can take down one and maybe inflict a good amount of wounds on another one. So now the Bastiladon is going to open up fire with his Sunbeam on the Wrath of Khorne Bloodthirster. Alright, so first I'm going to roll to see how many shots he gets. It'll be 6. He hits on 4s. That was not very good.
Oh boy.
I guess the sun needs to warm up. And wounds on a 3. Alright, so wounds on a 3 with -1, and that'll do 3 damage if it gets through.
And I have a 4 up.
-1.
-1, so it'd be 5. And there we go. Long war all the way.
Now the Skinks are going to open fire on the other Bloodthirster with their Bolt Spitters, and since the champion's close enough, he's going to throw a Javelin at them as well. We'll start with the Bolt Spitters. They need 5 to hit. Pretty good, pretty good. It's kind of hard to miss a big target, I suppose. And now they need 5 to wound. So they'll get 1 wound off of the Bolt Spitters.
There goes my 4 again. Let's see if I can dance. I'm dancing.
Wow.
Okay.
You can't make a charge.
And now the Javelin from the leader, from the patrol leader. He hits with a 4 and wounds with a 5. That wound as well.
And let's dance. There we
Oh my
go.
goodness. Connor, I need your dice to get better.
I think we both need that. Alright, so now my Scarvet and his Carnosaur are going to charge the Bloodthirster head into a head-on battle. And he will make it with a 7. Next, the Saurus Sunblood is going to follow up with a rear charge onto the Bloodthirster.
Sounds dirty.
I'm not sure if he'll make it with that 5. And it looks like he's just in.
Always let your enemy be the judge. What do you think, Wind?
He is in all the way. My goodness, I can't even do that.
Now the last charge, the Saurus are going to try and take down his Herald on a Blood Crusher. And they will definitely make it with an 11.
So why aren't you going after the big boy over there?
The idea is to get enough Saurus close enough so that now he's within 3 inches and keep him locked in combat while they put their attacks on the Herald.
Sounds tricksy. What do you think about that, Wind?
Interesting.
Yeah, because then he's either going to have to charge or attack on this next turn or retreat.
Interesting.
The Saurus Guard will charge as well.
Okay.
The more the merrier.
This could be fun.
Now let's see where they're going. With an 8, we'll dedicate them on the Bloodthirster as well.
I don't know. I feel like that's a party foul.
Alright, so now the Scarvet and his Carnosaur are going to take their swings on the Bloodthirster first. Seeing that he's my leader, I want him to take his swings before he takes any wounds, otherwise it'll mitigate how much damage he can do. He's going to start by swinging with his claws on the Bloodthirster to attempt to pin him to the ground.
That sounds
Hitting on
fun.
3s. I only got 1 hit, so the Bloodthirster won't be pinned. And it wounds on a 3 as well.
Bloodthirster has a 4 save. Is there a rend there?
There is no rend on this attack.
And I save.
Okay. Next, the Carnosaur is going to attack with his massive jaws. He gets 5 attacks from that.
It really likes he's already doing that.
He hits on.
Dice free.
He's going to hit on 3s. Ooh. Yeah, if I'm hit with his forearms, he would have also gotten that as a hit as well. So he gets 4 hits from that. It wounds on 3s as well. And that'll be 4 wounds at -1 apiece. And any that get through do D3 wounds.
So that's a rend.
-1 rend.
So any 5s. Hey, what do you know?
Oh my
Oh
god.
my god.
Are you serious right now?
Khorne, man.
Apparently he can't make a
Was
charge, but
distracted at the
he
beginning
can't
of the
make a
game,
charge, but he sure can save.
You have certainly... I mean, this is the opposite of what we saw round 1.
Yeah, the dice are warming up to me.
Well, I suppose now my Scarvet will take his swings with his Great Warblade. He needs 4s to hit with 3 attack, and he misses completely.
Wow.
I'm rolling for the Greater Axe of Khorne off of my Bloodthirster over there against his other model. I have 4 attacks. Each attack is 4 to hit and 2 to wound. Each wound does d6 damage. Here we go. So it looks like I get 2. Anything but to wound. There's 2 wounds.
Okay.
And it's d6.
Now, because of my Sunblood special shield, he gets to ignore the -2 rend from the Bloodthirster. He needs a 4 to save these wounds. And saves them both.
Lucky.
The old ones that have blessed us.
Definitely needed that.
Where's this game going?
So now the Saurus Warriors are going to attack his Herald and his Bloodthirster simultaneously, since they are close enough to attack both units. But first I'm going to take advantage of their 3-inch consolidation in order to get as many warriors in there as possible. I want to keep the spears towards the back, because even though they're in the back, they have a 2-inch range with the spears and are still able to attack. So it looks like I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spearmen that can attack him, and 2 hand weapon guys that can attack as well. Alright, so with the 6 spear attacks, they need 4s to hit and 4s to wound. Any 6s and make an additional attack, so I'm just going to re-roll 1 die. And got another hit out of it. Now they need 4s to wound. Oh, that's going to hurt in the long run.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
That's okay. We'll do the 2 hand weapon guys on the Bloodthirster now. They each get 1 attack apiece. They also need 4s to hit. They generate 2 extra attacks because they rolled 6s. They generate another extra attack because he rolled a 6. And that's the end of that roll right there. So now these guys need 3s to wound.
So does that conflict with the rule of 1 where you can't get another off another?
So now they need 3s to wound instead because they are clubs and not spears. So that'll be 2 wounds on the Bloodthirster.
The Bloodthirster's got a 4 up save.
Oh! So now that I've got their primary attacks out of the way, the 4 guys that are closest to the Bloodthirster can now attempt to strike them with their shields and bite him with their jaws. They need 5s to hit. Any 6s generate extra attacks, so I'll just re-roll these 2. And I'll get 1 more hit out of it. And now they need 4s to wound with this roll. So that'll be 1 save on the Bloodthirster.
And the Bloodthirster, with his 4, saves.
Now we go back to the same Saurus unit with the rest of the unit striking the Herald riding the Juggernaut. First off, I will have 1 Spearman that is in range to attack. He needs a 4 to hit. He missed. That's okay. Now we have 5 guys within hand weapon range that are going to swing on him. They also need 4s to hit him. They don't hit as well. But that's okay, because now the same 5 guys from previously can now use their shields and jaws to try and get some wounds on them. These need 5s, however. So they'll get 1 hit out of that. A 4 to wound. And there's 1 wound on the Herald.
And again, a 4 save. Saved. Wow. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Bloodthirster against this unit right here. I am 3 to hit, 2 to wound. There's 4 hits. And now 2.
So all 4 wound.
All 4 wound. That is a -2 rend.
-2 rend. Okay. So I'll need to make 4 6-up saves. And I make 1. That's better than none. Alright, so 3d3.
Ooh, this could be painful.
So I lost.
Is that cocked?
Cocked.
So 1, 3, 6 guys. So now with that, I definitely have a lot of Temple Guard in range to strike that Bloodthirster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they each get 2 attacks with their pole arms as opposed to the 1 for the Saurus. 12, 14 dice. They need 3s to hit and 3s to wound with a -1 rend. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Let's do it again, boys.
Those are the best painted guys.
For the old ones. Not bad, not bad. With 2, 4, 6, 7 wounds on the Bloodthirster at a -1 rend.
Let's see what I can get with my 4 up save.
5 up save.
5 up save.
Ouch.
1.
The dice got cold.
That's 6. So I am
wow.
at 6 wounds. I'm a big baddie.
Now the same 7 Temple Guard.
But wait, there's more?
But wait, there's more. The
Wow.
same 7 Temple Guard are going to bite and smack him with their shields. They hit on 4s this time because they are better. They are elite Saurus. With only 2 hits, that's okay. They made up for it with their polearm attacks and wounding on 4s once more. So that'll be 1 more save on the Bloodthirster. He gets his full save this time. And takes another wound.
So I'm charging in with my, I'm just moving in, piling in with my bloodletters here to attack on those guys over there. Let's see what I can do. I have 6 units I can make the contact. One is my Herald that gives me an additional attack, so that's 7 attacks. On a 6, I do a mortal wound. So I have 2 mortal wounds, and I need 4 to hit. I have 2 hits. I need 3 to wound.
So separate these out because I'm going to take those wounds regardless. Any minuses on that?
-1 red.
-1? Alright, so I still get my normal 4-up save because of the Star Drake shields. And I will save 1, so I'll just lose 3 guys. Alright, so now the Sunblood is going to make his strikes against the Bloodthirster that tried to wound him earlier. If he rolls 6s on his attacks, he makes D3 wound rolls instead of 1. Hits on 3s. No special abilities right there. Now if he gets any wound rolls of a 6, the attack will do D3 wounds instead of 1 wound. Which that doesn't happen either. He wounds on 3s with that as well, with a -1 rend.
So I needed a 4 to save, which is now a 5 because of the rend. And I get to take 3 wounds.
He's finagling there.
And also we want to let you guys know he did have 2 earlier. We did go to the rule book and find out that each wound inflicted deals 2 damage, so he was at 8 before.
Alright, so now he gets to attack with his Fearsome Jaws and Shield. He hits on 4s. Any 6s do D3 wound rolls instead of 1. He doesn't hit with either of them.
So I'm going to attack with my Herald on a Juggernaut there against these green guys. Let's see how many of I can pull down. His mount attacks with 3 attacks, and they attack at 3 up to hit and 3 to wound. So that's 2 hits and 1 wound.
Alright, so I get a save of a 5+. They will save it.
Now my Herald attacks with 4 attacks and the same profile, 3 to hit, 3 to wound. -1 rend. Wow.
Oh, that's a mortal?
Well, that's a mortal wound, so I'll just go ahead and pull a guy from the back here. Okay, so now I have to do a battle shock test on the Temple Guard, seeing as they took 9 casualties. All I have to do is roll a 1. Which it's not a 1, so they're going to lose 4 more guys.
3 more?
3 more. Alright, so with the counter charge, I was able to put a good amount of wounds on each of the Bloodthirsters respectively, definitely hindering their combat effectiveness. I was also able to take these 2 objectives from his control, which evens the board out a little bit more, but I'm still going to have to do a lot to bring this game back. Oh, it's a tie. Another tie. Oh, it's getting tense.
Come on,
What's up
guys.
with this?
Oh, and the double turn.
I didn't need that. I did not need that.
Alright, so I was able to win the roll-off for the beginning of this turn, which is going to make a bit of a difference now that I get 2 turns to go ahead and to apply some casualties to him. So first and foremost, I want to try and get this Bastiladon in its place that it will be necessary in order to weaken one of his big baddies and make a good screen line and make sure his blood crushers can't get to me. Alright, so for my hero phase, the Scar Veteran's going to apply his command ability to the Source Warriors again. Any 6th they roll generates an extra attack. Alright, so now I'm going to do a tactical withdrawal with the Carnosaur because I looked at my rules once more for the Temple Guard. They actually get a buff when they're within 8 inches of a Saurus hero. So that was my mistake, but I saw the opportunity on the Bloodthirster, and it's kind of hard to pass a big monster versus monster fight. So So now the Basildon's going to use his Sunbeam to try and take down the Bloodthirster. See how many shots he gets. A whopping 11 this time. He needs 4s to hit. It's better than what he's been doing all game. Now he needs 3s to wound. And that'll be 2 wounds at -1.
So with a -1, that makes it where I need to roll a 5.
And he goes down with 6 wounds.
Ooh, is each one?
Each one is 3. Alright, so now the Skinks are going to put more harassing fire on the Blood Crushers, starting with 8 of their Bolt Spitters. Need 5s to hit, with 3 hits, and 5s again to wound, and that'll be 1 wound.
Blood Crushers have a 4. And I take a wound.
Now the Javelin from the Patrol Leader needs a 4 to hit. That's a cock die. Hits with a 5. Needs a 5 to wound. And he will not wound with his Javelin.
I like how you can play on that terrain.
It's effective terrain to play on.
So yeah, one of these things, yes, really smooth, really flat. When you got this many models on there, I really like it was designed to be played on instead of just be looked at. And certainly it's got its nice features on it, but it's just really smooth.
Alright, since the Temple Guard are on the verge of being wiped out by the Bloodletters, I'm going to go ahead and have them do their attacks first. Each guy gets 2 attacks, and the leader is still alive. He gets 3 attacks. They need 3s to hit. Oh, a lot of hits there. And they need 3s to wound with a -1 rend. So that'll be 4 wounds at -1 rend on the Bloodletters.
The letters have a 5. There was a rend.
A -1 rend.
So I need 6s.
So 2 Bloodletters will survive. Now their 3 attacks with their teeth and shields, needing 4s to hit. All 3 hit. Oh, needing 4s to wound. No wounds, however. Can't win them all.
Alright, so I'm surprised that he attacked over there and didn't get this Bloodthirster out of the way. So I'm going to take the advantage and see if I can remove that hero character there.
No respect for the Bloodthirster.
Respect. So my profile is a 7 and 9, which means I am 3 attacks on the Great Axe of Khorne. I need a 4 up to hit and a 2 wound, and -2 rend, which I'm pretty sure he ignores. So let's see what the Bloodthirster does. Looks like he's got a 1 hit, 2 up to wound, and
Alright. So 1 4-up save from the Sunblood. He'll take it.
so that's D6 wounds.
So he's down to 1 wound on him.
Alright, so Connor is not happy and he has elected to
I'm going to go
join the battle.
I'm going ahead and retaliate with the Sunblood. I was not expecting to fail 1 armor save there. So he needs 3s to hit. Any 6s does D3 wound rolls. So 1 6 will do D3 wound rolls instead of 1. So he gets 2 wound rolls for this 1 attack. So that attack will wound. And the other 3 attacks will get 2 wounds. So that'll be 2 wounds. Or excuse me, 3 wounds at a -1. And that, hang on. And this last die, I won't count this because it was double, will do D3 damage instead of 1 damage because of his rules. At a -1, so he'll take 2 wounds from that. And he'll save the D3.
One.
So it puts him down to 3 wounds. Now for his shield and jaws, 2 attacks. 1 hit with a 4. Need a 4 to wound, and it doesn't happen.
The fight lives for another day.
The Bloodthirster is hungry.
So I'm going to attack with my Herald of Khorne against these green guys over here. So let's attack with his mount first. His mount has 3 attacks, 3 up to hit, 3 to wound.
So that'll be 2 5-up saves on them. And I'll take 2.
The Herald, 4 attacks. On the hit is 3 up. If I roll 6, those are mortal wounds.
So I'll take 1 for the mortal wound.
And that's a wound.
All right.
-1 rend, but I ignored that.
And I do ignore that. A 5-up save. I don't save it anyways, so they'll take another wound. All right, so now the Saurus are going to retaliate on the Herald here. Consolidate around him some more so we can get some more attacks in. 7 attacks, needing 4s to hit as well. Any 6s generate extra attacks, which that'll generate 1. I'll just re-roll a die. No hit. And need 3s to wound on these. 1 save, no rend.
I think he's a 4.
Okay.
Like a boss.
And I have 7 attacks with their shields and teeth, needing 5s to hit. So generate an extra attack, which won't hit. And these need 4s to wound. So that'll be 1 more save on the Herald.
Almost 4. Nope, took a wound. They do 1 attack each, but I have a Herald there. That's additional dice. They're 4 to hit. Any 6s is mortal, and then they're 3 to wound. So I got a mortal.
No, stand up.
And that's it.
Okay.
Wow, so that command ability of having that general in the back didn't really pay out, did it?
No, not against mortal wounds. So, a tit-for-tat turn for me this go. I was able to drop his Kid General, so I won't have to worry about him running and charging in the same turn anymore. I did suffer for it, not attacking his Bloodthirster first, so now my Sunblood is very wounded, but is able to hold that fight, hopefully for 1 more round of combat. His Herald took a wound as well, and now I'm looking at an open avenue for my Carnosaur to come in and start ravaging something.
So this is a do or die turn for me. I believe I need to actually make some really good kills. There's going to be a lot of charges going on and a lot of combats. Looks like I need to lead off with one really important combat, and that's that Demon Prince over there. I got a unit of Bloodletters here that need to make it around this centerpiece here and get back into the fight. They're in a holiday and they need to get back into the war. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move my Skull Cannon closer to the green guys over there. Do my minimum distance. If I can get a charge on them, I will be able to attack, and if I can get any attacks in combat, the Skull Cannon will be able to make a shooting attack after the combat phase is over, if I can get a wound, just 1 wound. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and do a shooting attack through my shooting phase here with my Skull Cannon against these green guys here. They're more than 10 models, so I get an additional +1 to my hit roll of a 3, so now it's a 2. To wound is a 3 up. It is a -2 rend. I think he ignores that, and it would be d6 wounds on the damage. So here we go for the hit, and that's a hit. To wound is 3. Wounds.
I don't get a save.
He gets no save, and it'd be d6 damage. 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Trying to deny your charge here.
I'm going to go ahead and make my charge on the Skull Cannon. Let's see if I can get a 6 or higher. That's not a 6 or higher. So let's see what they can do. Oh, they're going to walk in and charge again. But
Or Snake Eyes.
No, not Snake Eyes. Okay, they're in there.
So let's go ahead and get them into the game here. Maximum
effort.
So we're going to go ahead and roll for my attacks here. I have 3 dice, 4 or higher. That was absolutely nuts.
With that.
Alright, Sunblood's going to come back. He's going to use his 5 attacks. He hits on 3s. Any 6s does D3 wounds for that hit. So he'll roll D3 for 2 of his wounds. The first one will get 1 wound roll, so I'll just put it back. The second one will roll 3 dice for 1 wound roll. So I'll do that one first. Any 6s, the wound will do D3 wounds. So this one will do D3. And the other 4. And that'll just be 2 more. So 2 normal wounds at -1, and 1 that will do D3 damage at -1.
So, was there any rend?
-1 rend.
-1 rend, so I need a 5.
So that will bring him down with just that.
And I think he's gone on this
The
one, guys.
D3, the D3 gets through as well, and insult to injury.
He's done.
They'll do 3 wounds. He fought valiantly.
Blood for the blood. So I'm going to go ahead and make an attack with my Herald of Khorne on a Juggernaut against these green guys there. Let's go ahead and do the mount first. 3 attacks, 3 to wound, 3 to hit, 3 to wound. 3 hits. And 2 wounds.
Alright, so I get 2 5-up saves from that.
Wow.
Make both.
Wow.
That was
Long war
awesome.
for the money.
Long war. So now the Herald is 4 attacks, 3 and 3 again. They ignore the rend. Cock dice. And that'd be the only hope I have. There you
Alright,
go.
so 3 hits.
3 hits, 3 to wound. What do we got here?
So 3 wounds.
3 wounds. Right.
Alright. 5-up saves once more, thanks to my Star Drake shields. That is a cock die. Nope, so I will lose 3 guys, so I'll just pull the 3 spearmen from the back. Alright, so Swords just lost 8 of their squad. They had to do a battle shock, a 2 to pass. They'll pass with a 1. Alright, so since he did not attack with the Blood Crushers first, I'm going to take the chance for the Skinks to come in and potentially put some wounds on them. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attacking with their Bolt Spitters. So they need 5s to hit, 5s to wound. That's a cock die. Alright, so they'll get 2 hits. Looking for 5s again. With 1 wound.
They get a 4.
Oh, so I'll kill a Blood Crusher.
That's a blood pressure off the table.
And now the champion gets 2 attacks with his javelin into the Blood Crusher in front of him. He needs a 6 to hit, however. And no hits off of that.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Bloodletters over here against these orange guys. Let's see if I can get some 6s on a hit. I have 8 guys there, plus a hero, our champion. Now that makes for 9 dice. Here we go.
There it is.
There it is. There's the 2.
2 mortal wounds.
2 mortal wounds. Alright, good job, guys.
Alright, so now the Saurus are going to retaliate against his Herald. I've got 1 Spearman that is in range. He will hit with a 5. Needs a 4 to wound. We won't wound. That's okay. It's a 5 attack. I have 3 Saurus that are in range, and then the champion's also in range now with their hand weapons. They need 4s to hit as well. The command ability still is in effect, so any 6s will generate extra hits, which they don't. So that's 3 hits from there. These need 3 to wound. So that'll be 1 wound, no rends.
Looks like the Herald's going to need his 4 up. Let's do it. And I don't think so. So he's down to 4.
And now we're coming back again with our shields and teeth to try and put more damage on him. Needing 5s. No 6s, but we got 2 hits out of that. And 4s to wound. So 2 more saves on the Herald.
Let's see if I can get those 4s back. What is the life of me happening here? Alright, so I'm going to attack with my Blood Crushers against these Skinks. By golly, they are really doing their job. First amount, that's going to be, 15 dice? Something like that? Yeah, here we go. I need 3 ups. Oh boy. So let's remove what's not a 3. And then I'm going to need another 3 up. Whew. That's a lot of ups.
Alright. How many 6s can I roll? I got 1!
Not enough.
I don't know if I want to call that a victory or
Slaughter.
Well, that was a great turn. I lost what I didn't want to lose. I didn't hit what I wanted to hit. And I didn't charge what I wanted to charge. But all that doesn't matter when you own all 4 points. So I'm up another 9 points. Alright, here we go. Are you serious?
Yeah, I think I'm going first this time. Well, seeing how the points game is playing out right now, there's no chance for victory at this point, so I'm just going to go for the small moral victory and kill as many of his units as I can. So here in the movement phase, I'm going to use the Carnosaur to get in between these bloodletters and this skull cannon here. Since the Carnosaur has such long legs, it gives him the ability to leap over anything that he needs to get over in a pinch. Very much so like having wings. So we're just going to put him right there and make sure he's outside of 3 inches from both of those units. Old Solar Turtle here is going to go ahead and blast the Blood Crushers there.
No!
Okay, so 2d6, see how many shots he gets. 7. So, needs 4s to hit. Wow.
That would be all of them.
That's going to hurt. Potentially. Let's see how these wound rolls go with 3s to wound. Alright, so that's 5 at -1.
So that means I need 5s. Let's see what I can do. Come on. Oh, all over the place. And I only make 1, guys.
So that'll be 12 wounds.
Wow.
So that just destroyed 3 juggernauts.
What did I tell you, man?
Alright, so now the Carnosaur is going to initiate a charge. He gets 7. That's more than enough to bring him to the skull cannon.
No, not the cannon.
Now we move over here to the Sunblood, and he's going to try and finish off the Blood Crushers.
Uh-oh.
And he'll make it with a 5, easy. Right into the Banner Bearer. So since the Sunblood is on the verge of death, he's going to take and go out in a blaze of glory, starting with his 5 attacks on the Blood Crushers. So 1 miss, that's okay, but this gets to roll d3 dice instead of 1. So it gets to roll 3 dice for wounding.
I feel that's pretty good.
3s to wound on these 3 dice for 1 hit. No 6s, so it's just going to be a normal wound. And the other 3 attacks, this will do d3 wounds, and this will be another wound. So that'll be -1 on each of those.
Okay, it's time to roll some 5s. Well, that's a 6. And whatever that was.
And this will be d3 wounds. So he'll one-shot a Blood Crusher right there with his basic attacks. Now with his shield and jaws, needs 4s to hit. No hits from the jaws. That's okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and attack with this skull cannon here against the source. I don't know if I'm going to be around any much longer there. So let's see if we can make any parting blows. You know, I love tap before we're out. So the white die is the maul, and the 2 black dies are the Hellblades. If I roll 6 on the Hellblades, that's a mortal wound. Let's see what we can do. 4 up on the white and 4 up on the black. Let's see. The maul makes a hit. 3 to wound. No wound.
So I suppose the Carnosaur will respond in kind now. 2 attacks from the clawed forearms, hitting on 3s. No hits from the forearms. 5 attacks from his massive jaws, hitting on 3s. 4 hits. Wounding on 3s at a -1. So that'll be 3 at -1.
I have a 4, but that's now a 5. I'll take 2 wounds.
Alright, so these do d3 damage. He'll take 3 wounds from that. And now the Scar Vet riding on top gets to make his 3 attacks with his great war club. Needs 4s to hit. Okay, that counts for something. Needs a 3 to wound. And it's a -1 with 2 wounds.
Need 5. And nada. It's a 3, right?
2.
I'm going to go ahead and attack with my Khorne Herald on the Blood Crusher there against those green guys. Let's see if I can pull a wondrous roll here. So, let's do the mount first. He's got 3 attacks and 3 to hit, 3 to wound. Looks like we got a 2 hits there. Let's see, wound. We have no wounds. Alright, so the Herald, 4 attacks. Same thing. 3 up to wound, 3 up to hit. Let's try this. Okay, there's 2 hits there. And 2 wounds.
2 5-up saves on the Saurus. Alright, so that'll lose 2 from their brothers. And seeing out there the last ones to attack for this turn, they'll go ahead and take it. So they get 4 attacks with their clubs. 4s to hit, no 6s to generate extra attacks. 3 to wound, 1 wound.
4 up, nada. He's down to his last wound there.
And now the claws and shields coming back again. No hits from the claws and shields.
Boy, oh boy. Okay, there's lots of models still on the table. I get it. Points-wise, which is ultimately the objective of the battle plan that we're doing, Win really did run away with it with the objectives. He crushed it. And so we're going to call it now. Go ahead and get your handshake on, gentlemen. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Did you guys enjoy it?
Oh yeah, that was an interesting game. Those cat-infested dice around here, man. I'm telling you, we'll have to look at that.
It just seemed like the battle of the worst dice rolls for the most part.
The battle of the losing rolls is what it was.
There were certainly a few rounds in there where nothing was happening. I was like, guys, can we get this up? But, I mean, yeah, it was fun, and we'll talk about the pregame after this, and hope you stay tuned. Become a veteran of the Long War today.
If you like these battle reports, check out thelongwar.net. Become a member of the Hall of Veterans today for the fastest growing library of wargame related video content, modeling, painting, and playing, not to mention all the sick discounts we receive from some of our sponsors. TheLongwar.net is committed to bringing hobby back, and we can't do it without you.